But today, it is about 3 words that can freak you out a little bit depending on what kind of fan you are, or maybe you think it's a good thing. Here we go. Texas getting ready for West Virginia, and those 3 words are players only meeting. Uh-oh. When I hear that, I think uh-oh, and then the next thing I'll think is, well, I don't know, maybe I'm not inside that locker room, depending on how it's done, depending on who calls the meeting, depending on who delivers the meeting, maybe it works. Zay, you've been involved in the inner workings of team sports a lot more than I have. What do you think of when you hear players-only meeting?
Well, they never happen when you're on winning streaks. I know that. You never hear players-only meeting when you're on a winning streak. Everybody's doing their own thing. You can focus on school. Clearly, coach has everything locked down. It only comes after heartbreak or panic mode. When you hear that, you hear panic mode. But
see, that's why I always think uh-oh, because it feels like you're saying that Georgia and Bama aren't having players-only meetings right now.
No, I think those meetings are quite ran by the coaches. But you know, in this situation, I'm sure Roschon Johnson had a lot to do with it. If you lose on Saturday, then you need all types of meetings. You have all types of problems. I don't think this was necessary. I think there's things to clean up, and you know what to clean that up is. That's, play tighter coverage at times and don't allow those 4th down gangs that you did against Texas Tech. And, clearly JT Daniels, he's not a mobile quarterback like Frank Harris, Bryce Young, or Donovan Smith like we saw last week, but he's a little athletic in the pocket, and when he gets time, he's very accurate. So the Horns, they were very good at pressuring the quarterback this past weekend against Texas Tech. They just couldn't sack him. Hopefully they could get some sacks and get some more pressure and force some turnovers against West Virginia come Saturday.
Yeah, because he won't get out of that pocket like Smith did. He won't exit the same way.
No, he don't want to.
You'll know where he is. You just got to go get him and find him. I agree. Somebody texted in, coaches let them down time and time again on second half adjustments. I'm all for players-only meetings. Okay?
That's fair.
Somebody says, just great. The dreaded players-only meeting. When has that ever done any good? Jeez. You see, I told you there'd be different reactions for different fans. So, it also matters to me we don't know who called the meeting. Yeah. And this information, shout out to our guy Jeff Howe of Horns 24/7. He'll be on with us at 1:05. We'll get more of his thoughts on it. But we listened in to Light the Tower for his notes, the Longhorn Notebook, off of the Sark presser today, the Zoom presser that he did with the media, where he mentioned this players-only meeting. So don't have really the details of who called it and which guy it was. So just something to keep in mind as we go through this week. He also talked about. Apparently, Sark talked about a sense of urgency with the team. He likes the way they're practicing this week. Also, Zay, I did like hearing the name Ajay Hall. Apparently, Sark said Ajay Hall will be part of the plan. So I know Longhorn fans had asked, well, hey, I saw number 15 make a play, but he wasn't in much more than that. Number 16 also made a really nice play and to get him in that field goal position, but didn't really have anything to do with the rest of the game. So I guess that could be good news that Ajay Hall may get more snaps against West Virginia.
Yeah, it's good and bad news. The good news is, finally, let's get the Alabama transfer out of the doghouse. But with him playing more, does that mean Xavier Worthy won't be 100% and won't be able to give you what you need from him on the field on Saturday? Because they need Xavier Worthy. We saw what happened in the second half when he got injured. The offense shrunk a lot. So hopefully Steve Sarkisian and his coaching staff have, made a playbook to where they could focus and they could lock in and drive the ball down the field and score some points without him. But we know X-Man, we know what he could do. Clearly he's not having the type of season that he did last year, but a lot of that could be due to the quarterback situation. We know Isaiah Nehor was really going to free him up this year. A lot of teams are keying in on him. So hopefully you could see Savion Red, Tyreek Milton, Jordan Whittington get some more run, get some more touches than 5 catches. I would maybe get him on some jet sweeps or some reverses. Just you got to mix it up because it's became so predictable, especially in that second half. And with no Xavier Worthy, you're going to need guys like Ajay Hall to step up.
Yeah, there's a couple ways. You can be predictable in multiple ways. You can be predictable by formation, but you can also be predictable by your personnel. And you don't want, and I think that's what Longhorn fans are really concerned about right now, and I understand it, about Roschon Johnson. They're concerned that the defense is starting to see him as later in a game as like a just basic run option. So when they bring him in that, especially if it's in the Rocat situation and he's taking the snap, there's nothing dynamic about those plays. So you don't want that. A guy as talented as Roschon Johnson to have that kind of narrative around him. So you got to be careful about the personnel situation, but also your formations. I totally agree with you on jet sweeps. This team has guys like that.
Jordan Whittington used to be a running back at Cuero. Like all them touchdowns that he had at Jerry World in the state championship game, he's used to toting the rock. Like there's different ways you can mix it up with these guys.
Ajay Hall's that guy to me. He could do that. But I'm with you on Whittington, man. I'd love to see number 4 getting multiple touches. You're going to watch a guy in number 12 on the other side with West Virginia, like we talked about with Donaldson. He's going to get it in a lot of ways. They've turned him into a running back now, but they can throw to him out of the backfield. Big, like tight end almost playing running back. And he'll be an interesting guy to watch. By the way, pass defense for West Virginia, right now 47th in the country. Longhorns are 73rd passing the ball. If it is Hudson Card, what kind of passes do you go to? The other thing I keep thinking about, Zay, is I keep thinking about the energy in DKR if they see number 3 run out there. I keep thinking about what that moment would be like. What if 3 goes out there to take that first snap, energy in the building, and then then those early scripted plays where Sark does feel like he's calm and comfortable. What does that look like against West Virginia? And can Longhorn fans get that feeling from early in the Alabama game where it's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, and we're not naive to who's on the schedule next week, and we would like to have number 3 out there for next week, but just keeping it real, if he's not able to play, if he's not able to make the throws that Hudson Card can't make, like we know that Steve Sarkisian has specific plays for Hudson Card and specific plays for Quinn Ewers. If Quinn Ewers can't make every throw that's, designated for him, then I would like to see number 1 go out there, Hudson Card, because Hudson Card has played well when he's been in the game. He played well last week at Texas Tech, minus that interception on the long ball thrown to Casey Kane, but we could blame Steve Sarkisian and this coaching staff a lot for that because you should know Hudson Card ain't the best deep ball thrower, so maybe we shouldn't throw the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? So I clearly we need Quinn Ewers on the field as quick as possible, and if he's ready to play, put him in there. Absolutely, have him play, have him light it up. It'll probably give the whole team juice, not just the DKR. It's going to give the whole team life because we know he's capable of. We saw what happened in that first quarter against Alabama, but I'm not trying to discredit Hudson Card.
Right.
He should be able to get the job done on Saturday also.
It's going to be that first question. It's kind of like what Cowboys fans are dealing with right now. Are you going to have another game of Cooper Rush? Do they think Dak Prescott might be able to go this week, or is it going to be more the Rams game? Kind of like with Quinn Ewers and OU. Do they feel like Quinn could go against OU and you want to go ahead and give him another week? Or do they feel like he's ready to go against West Virginia? That is a 6:30 kick on Saturday. So we're obviously talking about that game. Give us your thoughts on what you see with this Texas team, what you want to see with this Texas team as we head into the game.